Good Vibes fans. Welcome to episode 8 of season 9 of the Good Vibes Show by me, Jay Haley, part of the Special Chronicles Network. So far, if you've been listening in, I hope you're enjoying the season theme of Neurodiversity, which has gone through companies and various people in an affinity group, which I've started up with my friend Ben Hack, which actually had its first meeting this past week. And it was a smashing success, to be honest, and it was worth it all the time and wait to do it. And as it says, I would talk more about it. I may talk about it more at a later date. Maybe if Ben comes back on the show, we could talk more about it, obviously. But I'm going to talk about something special today that my friend Josh Mirsky's been working on, and it's been progressing so fast. And I'm glad I've helped him in so many ways to figure out how to get things done for it as well. And so, for today's appreciation support goes to you, Josh, and your Neurodiversity Strength Flag, which he won a contest to originally design it. It's passed for the New York State Legislative. Hopefully, I think it's called the House and the State Senate there. I honestly don't know how the state government is, so I'm not going to talk about that much. But it's flown over in Long Island, over at a town hall. It's flown to his place of work, which is Spectrum Design. And he's made a few little things for it as well. But if you ever look it up, I recommend looking it up because it's a great flag. And I think it deserves a lot of appreciation and support vibes. I know Josh has done a lot to get it done with, and I wish I could probably bring on Charles to talk more about it one day, obviously. I'm sure that'd be great to bring him on, obviously, one day to have him talk about it. But it's also sort of bringing the point that, one, that all these different flags out there are needed, but this is like the first true neurodiversity strength flag I have looked up. And it's more uniquely different because, one, its colors are very bold in my opinion, so I highly recommend people looking it up. Actually, just looking it up, and you can find out how you can support the cause and everything. I know, Josh, I know you usually tune in to Good Vibes every now and then, but I do appreciate you for what you've done here, and you have my support here on Good Vibes. Hopefully one day, if there's a lot of neurodiversity strength flag stuff, I might have a little merch wearing during Good Vibes. Who knows? But thank you again, Josh, for this amazing opportunity you've done. And I hope it goes beyond that. I know it's doing well in New York. Hopefully it'll reach our states soon eventually, too. So, before we move on to today's Positive Uplifting Vibes Day, here's our great sponsor ad from our sponsor, the Special Chronicles Network. The Good Vibe Show is proud to be featured on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to also subscribe to the newsletter and find the podcast page for this podcast, The Good Vibe Show by me, Jerry Hurley. If you love The Good Vibe Show, then you love our podcast on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to subscribe to our podcast, newsletter, and to follow us on social media. And to support the podcast on Special Chronicles so we continue our mission of giving respect and voice with people with special talents and abilities, visit specialchronicles.com/give to making a take. So for today's positive uplifting vibe is to educate people about neurodiversity. So obviously, if you've been paying attention to all what the themes were in the last 7 episodes, this is the first time where actually I'm switching the table of that take the opportunity to educate people on neurodiversity. So I'm going to sort of bring up the example in my neurodiversity, neural universe affinity group. I just started where me and my friend Ben Hack were educating well over 30 people, excuse me there for a second, on neurodiversity and its meaning and such. And I think it is a profound thing, again, and I do apologize again for me burping while turning the screen. If people were watching me do it, it's like, hey, it's kind of funny, but I'm just going to laugh it off anyway. But back to what I was talking about, the educating people on neurodiversity, and going back to the affinity group, where we educated quite a few people, and a lot of people are very interested. We even have things set up for it. I hadn't taken much chance to see how much it's grown, but it's growing. And one thing I appreciate from this neural universe affinity group is giving the opportunity to talk to people about it, because it's worth talking to people about neurodiversity. And I think educating about it is. I think, put it away, my friend and coworker Dion put it at a good point where like he had no clue what it was all about, but he tuned in and he appreciated listening to it, and he appreciates learning something from me. I really do appreciate him for tuning in, and all the other ones who tuned in for it as well. And it's just a very unique experience to educate people about a subject that even the term itself is like not even 30 years old itself, which is surprising. But it shows you the fact of one, it's a term that's relatively young and within the in the D and I and A conversation. So obviously you've heard me say that quite a bit. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility conversation. It's obviously at the bottom of the totem pole, obviously, but to actually talk about and then have a we have two art groups involved with dealing with neurodiversity, neurodiverse parenting, and siblings of people with IDD in our organization. And can't talk more because it's work stuff. But the point is one, neurodiversity is a thing, and in my book is we just have to educate people about it and get people to learn more about it, and it's real worth learning about. Like obviously with the neurodiversity strength fact that my friend Josh Mirsky was working on, which was also in today's appreciation and supportive vibes, is actually a good example of educating people about neurodiversity. Because one, it's important to educate people about it, and it's well important to note that we need to constantly keep educating people about it. Because even myself, learning a definition for it, believe it, there are so many definitions out there. There's no one size fit all in this conversation around educating people about neurodiversity. So that's just what I say is just continue to educate people about neurodiversity, folks. So today, before we wrap up, here's again our sponsor from our great sponsor, the Special Chronicles Network. The Give Back Show is proud to be featured on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to also subscribe to the newsletter and find the podcast page for this podcast, The Give Back Show by me, Jerry Holley. If you love the Give Back Show, then you love the art podcast on the Special Chronicles Network. Visit specialchronicles.com for links to subscribe to our podcast, newsletter, and to follow us on social media. And to support the podcast on Special Chronicles so we continue our mission of giving respect and voice to people with special talents and abilities, visit specialchronicles.com/give to make a gift today. So obviously, folks, this is the time of show where I remind you all to remember to follow the Give Vibes Show on Instagram at Give Vibes by JH. New episodes don't air on anymore, but that's why I go to Facebook, facebook.com/Give Vibes by JH, where you can find my YouTube channel, which eventually I will post the link in that eventually. But you can also subscribe to the Give Vibe Show by me, Jerry Holley, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast from. Almost 450 views, listens. I have over 200 episodes, which I didn't realize I had. I think I'm slowly inching my way to 250 episodes, except most of those episodes you could probably toss a chunk of them out being special series, like the Road to USA Games series, which is probably like my most well-listened series, probably. Maybe not. I might be understating that. But I just highlighted you all to just tune in to listen to all that. You can catch up on season 9. You can listen to all the previous seasons. You can listen to all the interviews that happened on the show in previous seasons. I've yet to do an interview recently, but you never know when one will sneak in. But I just want to thank you all again for tuning in to Give Vibes. I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you next time for episode 9, folks. Until next time, peace out, boop, blah, and have a great time, everyone, and enjoy your weekend, and see you next time, folks. Bye, everyone.